What's going on, guys? Welcome to this video, and today I'm going to try something different. This actually was birthed off an idea of me pretty much just making a video of ranting over the Hennessy Venom, which would have been pretty good, but I wanted something bigger and better and something that can actually last. Now, this is a message to Criterion and every single other race game developer. I'm going to be making a series hating on all of the shit parts of this game, and I'm going to get angry, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if you don't listen to this, I am going to call your game shit. Again, you have to take these things into mind, because these are the things we want and don't want, because I'm going to list some things that are absolute crap in this game and need to be removed or fixed. Right then, should we get started? First things first, I just want to list the 3 cars that pee me off the most in this game. Now, there's a couple of reasons why these specific cars pee me off, which I'll get into after I've listed them. So you're looking at one now, the Hennessy Venom. So let's start off with the Hennessy Venom. The Hennessy Venom was added as DLC. It's better than every other car on the game. Well, give or take the Bugatti Veyron, but that's heavier and whatever, so it can't get as fast quickly. But Hennessy Venom was paid DLC. You had to pay £8 or £7.99 or whatever it was to get this car. And there's no way you can beat this car unless you have the Hennessy Venom yourself. Or if they're a shit driver. It's true. Like, the speed of this Hennessy Venom, I'll leave a chart in the description. Look at the speed of it. It's crazy. And you'll have to pay £8 to be able to get this car. £8. Unless you're on the Wii U. It's ridiculous, really. So, people that can pay have a higher advantage of winning, which I think is appalling. Anyway, moving on. Second car would be the Bugatti Veyron Supersport, and the other Bugatti as well. They're pretty much the same car. So that car is annoying. It's got a stereotype from me now and from many other players that they're driven by assholes on the game that want to ruin the game for everybody else. It's true. Like, look at the start of the event. Who is hitting you? A Bugatti Veyron. Who's trying to knock you out the way before the start of the event? A Bugatti Veyron. Who's an asshole? Probably the guy in the Bugatti Veyron. They're just usually complete assholes. They try and take you down before the start of an event. You know, I don't know. It's just something about them that annoys you. And the reason is, it's a very fast car, and it's very strong. One problem with it is it's quite difficult to get used to handling as well, but that's good in a way, which is pretty crazy because it's probably one of the only cars in the game that actually takes a slight bit of skill not to throw it into a freaking wall. That's what we want, Criterion. We want a challenge when driving the cars. Look at Need for Speed The Run. Now that is a game. Now, Need for Speed The Run, drifting was outstanding. That's what we want. That style. You know, each car drifted differently, and if you didn't know how to do it, you know, it would require quite a bit of practice. You would hit a wall and you would fail, or you'd drop below 10 miles an hour and fail and get overtaken by 1 million people. You know, that sort of thing. Not what we've got here. The third car, I should probably mention that already, which is, I used this for a while, so I'm going to sound like a hypocrite here, but I still hate it. It doesn't mean I don't hate it if I use it. The Koenigsegg. It's a bitch. Like, it's the best car on the game before DLC. Now, people will probably argue with me saying the Bugatti Veyron is the best, but no, the Koenigsegg has a good balance. Now, the problem with the Veyron, as I've said, is it's stupidly heavy. The problem with the Koenigsegg is that it's very light. Now, that can cause an issue because some people might not really be used to how light it is, and it does cause a lot of being knocked off the road and turning too much and other stuff. So they both have disadvantages, the Veyron and the Koenigsegg, which leaves one other car, the Hennessy Venom, with pretty much no disadvantages. It's a bit weird to drive at higher speeds, you know, but that's what you really should feel. Except one thing, to get that car you have to pay £8. So to beat the car, you have to pay £8. Or you have to hope that he's absolute shite. Criterion, no, you do not do this. Like, where do you go wrong? You know, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, that wasn't a bad game. You had a decent game there. It wasn't perfect, but far from perfect, but it wasn't as bad as this. You know, who did you fire? You fired the wrong person. I can tell you that for free. Anyway, so I've already spoke about the handling of the cars. I don't really need to go into much detail of that, except the fact that each car needs to handle a bit differently and not have exactly the same drifting. It's just stupid. There's only like 4 heavy cars on the game, literally. You know, the Ford Raptor drives like a freaking Fiat Punto. It's light and fragile, apparently. Moving on to the next part. The collisions. The collisions. And I don't mean the big, you know, crashy things. I can go into another video about that. But what this is about the cars, specifically this episode, they're light pieces of trash. You tap the wall, you crash. You wait 20 minutes and you're far away behind them because, you know, you've just hit a wall and apparently, you know, your car's made of freaking glass. It's stupid. You know, people tap you. And it's not as bad as it was in Burnout, but people tap you and you swerve and you can't stop swerving into a wall, and it's like, what the freaking hell is going on? Like, if I was using a steering wheel and it forced feedback to me to going to that way, then I could understand, but it wasn't. You know, I have the strength to pull it back into where it should be going. It shouldn't, just because someone tapped me. No, they didn't even tap you. They freaking scratch against your paint and you go slamming into the wall. It's like, Jesus Christ! You freaking... What am I in? It's stupid. It's retarded. Who came up with that? It's pathetic. Oh wait, Criterion! That would explain it! Yes! That would explain it, wouldn't it? Anyway... if you know, I've probably missed a lot of features, very funny, things out on this, but if you have any, make sure to leave them in the comments, because I've probably missed a billion, but I'm going to be doing more videos on this if it gets a decent amount of views or feedback. You know, I just want to know if you like this series. I'm going to get into a lot more details of other things soon, but this is about cars. You know, the cars specifically. I could get into all the basic stuff like, you know, where the freaking fuck is customization, you daft, stupid Criterion. I'm getting angry. I apologize. I'm sorry about that. But Criterion, where's the customization? You know we wanted it. For damn sure, every racing game should pretty much have at least some kind of customization. Not driving through a freaking petrol station to change the colour of your car. Like, let me choose at least. Give me some aspect. It's not freaking Burnout. Even on that, I actually prefer, you know, you can even set a colour for your car. It's just, oh, I don't understand. They've gone backwards from freaking Burnout, Paradise. How did you lose and drop the amount of cars and the amount of customization stuff? You know, there was a lot of, you know, different paint styles and paint jobs and colours combinations and everything on Burnout Paradise, but where did it go on this? Oh no, it didn't go anywhere because it didn't freaking exist. Oh, man. Criterion. I don't even know I'm doing this because you're not going to listen and you're just going to make another shitey game, and people will be like, oh, it's EA's fault, it's EA's fault. It's not EA's fault. Was the run a load of rubbish? And they made that in like a year and a bloody half or something. This looks like it was made in a week. On top of the bloody Burnout engine. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. The game, driving as a whole, is the exact opposite of what we want. To give you an example, Criterion, of what people actually want from a driving game, I would say go look at some of the original Need for Speed games. The original good, when it got very good, you know, so Underground, Underground 2, Most Wanted, Carbon. When I say original, I mean those. Those are the best, and I don't think anyone can disagree with that. There's no chance in it ever. It's not possible. I don't understand how you guys can't take ideas from that game. Those games that, you know, part of your publisher's you know, under the hood, you could at least ask Blackbox, hey, we work for EA as well. Maybe you could give us some tips on how to make a good game. Oh no, wait, Criterion, we can't make one. Criterion, what did you do? Why? You've ruined it. You've killed it. If Criterion make the next Need for Speed, I'm probably going to shoot myself. Not literally, I won't do that because you'll all miss me. Anyway, if you think I've missed anything, I've probably missed a million things about the driving. Leave them in the comments below. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Yo, yes, sir. Turn everything up tomorrow. The drums, you know, the music. Holla back. I'm going for it now. Holla back. Yes, sir.